to my channel. Catherine here. I'm going to be sharing with you guys about week 3 on Nutrisystem. I want to update you on my progress and share a few things with you about how I have implemented exercise in the house, especially if you're not able to go outside, and some food hacks that I want to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Before I get started, I really want to make sure that everybody is aware that's watching this video that I'm going to be talking about the Uniquely You plan through Nutrisystem. Uniquely You is the big plan, the biggest options they have for you, and I'm going to be talking about that. So if you're doing one of the programs where you may be only getting the breakfast or the lunch from Nutrisystem and not the dinner, or you have flex meals and things like that, I will not be discussing any of those because I'm not doing them. I don't really know how those work, how flex meals work and all of that. I just really needed it all done for me. Week 3 was really the same as week 2. All of the foods stayed the same for me. I just picked, this Nutrisystem breakfast, lunch, Nutrisystem dinner. You'll eat a snack. I'm eating 4 Nutrisystem meals a day, plus 2 power fuels and 1 smart carb, which basically just means 2 additional proteins and 1 serving of fruit. So that's really all those terms mean. And making sure you're still eating your 4 servings of vegetables. I have only experienced one day this week where I had unbelievable cravings and I just really felt very hungry. And I think that was because I didn't eat my proper amount of vegetables for the day, and then I got to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon and realized it and was kicking myself because I was so hungry and I really wanted to eat the kids' pizza, but I didn't. Also, I didn't drink enough water that day, so I realized that I need to make sure that I'm keeping up with it. So an update on my progress so far. I've been really surprised by the claims that they make through Nutrisystem. They're very accurate. The only thing that I have not experienced that was real accurate was the first week. The first week I lost 10 pounds. I was really excited about that and shocked, but again, I exercised. If you haven't watched week 1, I was talking about how I exercised, even though I know they say to kind of be sedentary and be still a little bit more than you normally would, but we're home and I'm not in my office and it's really tough. I have a 1.5-year-old. It's really tough to be still or sedentary, and I'm kind of a go person anyway. So I moved a lot and I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. By week 2, my progress had slowed and I was dealing with the regular 1 to 2 pound weight loss a week that they claim that you will lose, and they're very accurate. It has been like clockwork, just like that. I've stuck to the plan. I've eaten everything that I'm supposed to eat and I've not added anything extra. I've not cheated on week 3 at all. I did that on week 2, so you can go back and watch week 2's video and find out what happened to me. Well, it was no fun when I cheated on week 2, and it backfired a little bit on me. At the end of week 3, which is where I am today, I'm at the very, I'm at week 4, day 1, but by the end of week 3, day 7, I had lost 2 more pounds. By the end of 3 weeks, I've lost 14 pounds. I think that's phenomenal, and that's pretty maintainable weight loss. I've done a lot of yo-yo dieting in my lifetime. I've lost weight, I've gained weight, I've lost weight, I've gained weight, and I think a lot of us ladies can probably say the same thing, that we, maybe have battles with keeping weight off. It's not that I don't know how to lose the weight, I do, but I've typically done it the wrong way. I've done it where I lose weight really quickly and then I gain it back pretty quickly. So easy come, easy go, but easy go, easy come for me. So, it just seems as easy to lose as it is to gain it back, but I end up doing it unhealthy and my body's starving. I'm losing muscle mass. I'm just not doing it right because I am like most of everyone else in the world. I'm very impatient, want instant results. I didn't get this way overnight, so I have to realize that it's not going to be an overnight success either. It's not going to be an overnight change, and I have to be okay with that. And I think that wrapping my mind around it finally, after dieting like this for probably, I think now at least 17 years. I'm 37, and I really started dieting when right after I had my first child at 20. I'm using Nutrisystem as a way of still getting foods, not feeling like I'm neglecting myself in any way, and I'm still getting the foods that I like to eat. Plus, I'm spending some time on a mental journey during this weight loss period. I'm spending time figuring out, why do I look at food the way I do? How come I respond to food the way that I do? And trying to break some of those psychological issues that I have with food. And either, I didn't realize for a long time that I was an emotional eater. I always said I'm not an emotional eater, but I am. I've realized that about myself. I'm an emotional eater because when I eat certain things, it makes me happy. Or if I'm really sad or depressed, I will go to certain things to make me feel better. And it's not alcohol, it's not tobacco, it's not drugs, but it's still the same concept where I'm going to it to feel differently and to, kind of either numb out or enhance my mood. And I have to break that cycle. So if I'm just waiting for the very next time that I can eat cheeseburgers and hot dogs and pizza, and I know hot dogs, right? Anyways, or whatever it is, that you crave or that you are excited about. For me, it's chips. I love chips. I want to eat chips a lot. And I kind of catch myself thinking, oh, as soon as I'm done with Nutrisystem, I'm going to go eat this or that. And that's not really healthy. So I need to help myself through a process of spending time with the Lord, asking Him, why is it that I'm struggling with these things? Why is it that I keep going back to the same old routines and the same old thought patterns, and get healing from that? Because healing is the lasting change. When you're healed, you're transformed, and there's lasting change. And that's really where I want to be. And I've come a long way in healing in other areas of my life, and I'm very grateful for that. But this is just one more layer of that God is just really trying to bring out and to expose into the light so that I can be healed of it. And I found a book a while back, I guess it's been 4 years ago or so, and it's called Made to Crave by Lisa Turkhurst. She's an amazing author. I love her books. I love how she writes like she's speaking to you, just like as if she was in your living room. She writes just very vulnerably and real. But this book was amazing. I found it, I think, for like 25 cents at a garage sale, and I had heard about it, but I had never purchased it. And I read through it once and got a few revelations, but I've picked it back up and have gotten just a huge amount of revelation about why I do certain things or why I react to food a certain way. And I've just really taken my time and gone through it slowly and intentionally. So if you haven't picked up that book and you find that you are one of those yo-yo dieters and you just really want to end the cycle now, I would definitely recommend picking up that book. But let's get back to Nutrisystem. The total weight loss count for me was week 1 was 10 pounds, week 2 was 2 pounds, week 3 was 2 pounds, and then day 1 of week 4, I've lost a pound. So I'm already on track for week 4. I'm down total 15 pounds, but in 3 weeks, I lost 14. So if that's not confusing. And I've also lost 8 inches in my total body, all over. And I still have a lot more to go, but 8 inches is a lot. And I can definitely tell that there's a flattening in my stomach a little bit. It's definitely not flat, but it's flattening. And my hips have cinched in a little bit. And so there's not as much there. I still am at 170, where was I at? 178 pounds this morning. And my goal is 150. So I still have a lot more to go. And it's not even about a number on a scale, but for me, it's just about being a healthy weight. And that's my healthy weight. I want my blood pressure to come down. And I don't need to be carrying a bunch of front weight on my back because I have a herniated disc. So let's talk about exercise. Exercise is a really important part of this program, and not only is it important on this program, but it's also important in life. Find a way to exercise and increase the endorphins in our brain, because that's what exercise does. It releases like a happy feeling, and even though in the moment it may not feel very happy, eventually it does release that happy feeling. The problem today is that we don't have time to exercise. It's not that we won't. A lot of us don't like it. I don't necessarily like it either, but it's always easier to find an excuse for why I just can't make time for that. And it's easy, especially when you don't like something, to make time for it. It's like, meh, I'll get to it later. But exercise is super important, and it can be a very easy thing to implement into your day. I work in an office, so I sit in a chair the majority of the time, which is really terrible and wreaks havoc on my back and my hips and my weight and all that kind of stuff, because everything just sits on me because I'm sedentary most of the time at work, and I have a full-time job. So I had to find ways to implement exercise in that. But being home during quarantine, I have really just stepped it up and said, okay, I'm going to get back on track. There's lots of ways that you can exercise at home, and there's ways that you can implement it into your day in small amounts. I used to be one of these people that said it's all or nothing. If I can't do 40 minutes of exercise, I'm not going to do anything. And that was really sabotaging my progress and sabotaging just getting stronger. And I recognize that if I just would kind of lower my standards a little bit and give myself a little slack and say, okay, if I only have 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to use that and I'm going to do something with it. You know, you can walk a whole mile in 15 minutes. I started using this program called Leslie Sansone's Walk at Home, and it's Walk Away the Pounds is what it's called. I actually lost about 45 pounds after I had my daughter on that program, and all I did was walk 3 miles a day in my living room while she was taking a nap. It took 45 minutes, so that's 15 minutes a mile. And I'm going to post a link to her video in the description below. And also, I can do that walk at home video whether I'm in my office. I can pull it up on my computer and take a 15-minute break and walk a mile, or I can walk a mile in my living room or 3 miles in my living room with my son running all around me. And he actually likes to walk with me. He thinks it's pretty great to watch the people on the video and go walk, walk, walk with them. So that's fun. You can do it with your kids, your family, your husband, whoever. But it's a low impact exercise. Walking is a really big deal. I think a lot of people kind of shun walking, like it's just walking. It's not that strenuous and you have to go do CrossFit or something in order for it to count as exercise, and that's just not true. You can walk and really get fit. You can walk and lose weight. And it's great to take strolls around your neighborhood and your park, and I do a lot of that too, but when you're using a program like Leslie Sansone, with her walk miles, you're getting a full body workout at the same time as you're getting in your steps. So that's really important. It's not the quantity of steps, it's the quality of steps. So if you're just stepping around your, like you got your little Fitbit, and you're just stepping around your house, and at the end of the day you have 5,000 steps, but those have just been to the bathroom and the kitchen and, you know, here and there, they're not really quality steps. So if you get 5,000 steps in a day, and which is a really low number, you guys, I'm just saying it's a goal, okay? It's a goal for those who are normally maybe office dwellers and things like that, or who are new to exercise. But if you're walking 5,000 steps a day and a quarter of those steps are full body exercise, those quality steps are going to be what counts, what matters, and what's helpful for your heart and for weight loss and speeding up your metabolism. I also found a really great, fun, low impact dance / walk video workout. YouTube has great resources out there, guys. There's so much out there on YouTube. You can find from beginner's level all the way up to an advanced level of exercises. You can find all kinds of free resources. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to get in your car. You don't have to get dressed. You don't have to do that. You can work out in your pajamas if you want to, which is pretty great. And you don't have to worry about waking up the kids or having a babysitter or there's no more excuses. You can walk. You really can walk at home. But I used to love to do Zumba, but Zumba ended up being a little bit too much for me after I injured my back, and I couldn't do the twisting moves that I used to be able to do without hurting myself eventually. Whether it was a day or two later, I would end up tweaking my back, and then I'd be down and couldn't exercise for 2 weeks. And it was a really big bummer because I love Zumba. But I found there's a girl on YouTube that does, her name's Gina B, and her YouTube channel is Up to the Beat Fit. And again, I'll post that in the description below as well. But go check out their channels. Leslie Sansone's Walk at Home and Gina B is Up to the Beat Fit. And I'll put those in the description below so you can go just check them out. Those are just a couple that I found that I like. And I like to mix it up so you don't want to get bored. There's a ton of different videos out there from both of them that are stemming from 5 minutes all the way up to 30 or more minutes, so you can do. Gina B is pretty neat because she does workouts with like canned food at home where she's using those as her weights, and that's pretty fun. I mean, you gotta think outside the box, especially if you're stuck in the house, you can't get out, you're not allowed to go to the parks. And what if you're one of these people, and I feel for you, that are in your apartment in a big city right now and there's just nowhere you can go. You don't have anywhere to go walk outside. I'm so thankful I have a neighborhood and a mile loop around I can go outside and use, but a lot of people maybe won't have that option, so that's a really great option. So definitely find some ways that you can exercise that will fit your fitness level and just commit to it. Even if you can only do 15-minute increments 3 times a day or 2 times a day, I would highly recommend that you find some time and do those. Get up and move. Find ways that you can get up, get a standing desk. They sell some on Amazon. I know I found a rolling stand-up desk. It's really kind of looks like a podium. It's real thin and it rolls around. You can put your laptop right on it and you can stand and you can get some steps in, but it also gives your back a little bit of a break when you're sitting in your chair all day long. That's been really helpful for me. Let's talk about food. This week I was struggling a little bit because it's warmer outside and my kids are starting to want ice cream and popsicles and all the fun things that come along with warm weather. I typically partake and join in the fun of eating popsicles and ice cream with my kids, but I really can't do that right now. Even though Nutrisystem does have some ice cream type treats in their program, I don't have any of those. And even if I did, they're considered snacks and you only can eat them at night, like right at, after your dinner. If you eat dinner at 5, then you're supposed to eat 2 to 3 hours later. I wouldn't be eating that until the evening time. And I don't really want it then. I want it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when my kids are eating them. So I found some really great hacks to getting around the want to eat those and still being able to stick to my diet. So one really cool thing that I figured out that I could do, I don't know why I didn't think of this at first, but it just dawned on me when I was in the shower, which is typically where I do my best thinking. I was thinking about how in the world can I eat popsicles with my kids? You can see I'm still being healed of some of these mental things with food, you guys. And I realized if I took the lemonade that I make lemonade with just water, squeezed lemons, and Truvia, and take that mixture and freeze those in my kids' popsicle containers, put them, in the freezer, and 3-4 hours later, I can go, or I can do it the night before, and then the next day I have 4, lemonade popsicles, basically, that I can just feel like I'm being part of the popsicle time in the afternoons. Okay, I know it's really sad, but hey, it works. Whatever works, right? Whatever works to make you feel like you're not missing out. Another great thing I thought, well, if I'm gonna make popsicles with lemonade, I bet I could make popsicles with yogurt. Swell idea. So if you take your yogurt, and if you're a yogurt eater like me, I really like yogurt as one of my power fuels, especially in the afternoon time snack. If you take your power fuel and your smart carb and mix them together, so you got your yogurt and blueberries or strawberries or whatever fruit you want to add into your yogurt, put it in the same type of little, you can get them at Walmart or Dollar Tree, Dollar General, any place like that. Portion out your yogurt for the day, mix in your fruit, and then pour it into the containers, put it in the freezer, let it freeze, and you have your frozen yogurt pop. And that's exactly what I'm going to do this afternoon. So I haven't done the yogurt one yet. I'm excited to try it, but maybe that'll help you overcome the summer, routine that maybe you're used to, especially if you're a mom and your kid's eating popsicles and you eat popsicles. That's just a great way to overcome that feeling like maybe you're missing out. And maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe it's just me. But I think the frozen yogurt thing is going to help me when I want ice cream with my kids. And I think I could even probably do it where I froze the yogurt in a way that was ice cream consistency. Although I haven't looked into it or how to do that yet. I probably can find something on Pinterest, or YouTube probably has something really fun that you can use to do that. So that's all for this week, guys. I just wanted to update you and give you a few tips and tricks and encourage you just to get up and get moving and think outside the box when it comes to your diet, but stick to it and don't give up on the plan. It gets every week that goes by, it gets easier. And if you like this video today, I just ask that you would give me a thumbs up and click the subscribe button for more videos like this. And more videos that aren't like this. I'll be doing other kinds of videos, such as mental health videos and talking about how to overcome, different battles, maybe anxiety, depression, if you've been in abusive situations, things like that on this channel. I don't really have a posting schedule because I'm a busy mom of 3 and have a lot of other things going on, but also feel free to check my blog. I'm going to post a link to that in the description below as well. I hope that you have a fabulous week and keep going. It gets easier. Bye.